Hi everybody, Ollie here, aka Secret Nimbus here, another episode of Magic Duels. So for today's episode we are back with the red-white allies kind of aggressive deck. So, I mean, this hand had like 5 land in it, but it's pretty much perfect because, you know, once we've drawn into this 5 mana, we don't really want to draw into any more. Got a couple of good allies to start us off with as well, so I'm fairly happy with that. I mean, it's probably got like one too many land that I'd want, but hopefully we can draw into something like a Munda within the first couple of turns, and then we'd be pretty much set for the entire game. Okay, we found a core Bladewell, which is, Cliffside Lookout even, so we can use this to trigger like McKinley Patrol and Core Bladewell later on as well, which is kind of nice. So we do have the Sandstone Bridge and the Looming Spires to come down within the next couple of turns, so we can use this to trigger First Strike and Vigilance on our creatures, so it's kind of nice. And my opponent has done nothing on turn 2. Okay, oh yes, hello Gideon, where have you been all my life? Excellent, we actually get to see Gideon come out in this episode, which should be quite nice. So he's going to be coming down not next turn but the turn after at this rate, which is kind of sweet because maybe I should have played out one of my tap lands there, but I really wanted to get out my McKinley Patrol as well, just to give my Core Bladewell Vigilance, just so we can keep a nice board open. So yeah, this Gideon, when he does finally come down, he's going to be able to trigger the rally abilities of our creatures every turn pretty much by putting the Knight ally in play. So unless my opponent can deal with this, I would ideally like to be able to play this out. So if I draw into an untapped land, I will be playing Gideon this turn, especially as he's just tapped himself out as well. So I know that I can play him without him being countered, because I'm suspecting that he might have some form of counter. Untapped land. Oh, hello. Thank God for that. Like I said, he's probably going to kick himself that if he had some kind of what's what I'm looking for. If he had some type of counter, he'd be kicking himself that he didn't play it sooner. Although I've just realised Gideon is vulnerable in the air to the Pilgrim's Eye, but you know, it's going to take him 4 turns to kill Gideon at this rate, and I can potentially +1 him as well next turn. So he's basically, this is going to be doing the business. We're going to have a lot of these allied creatures down before he finally gets killed by the Pilgrim's Eye. So I'm not too bothered in that way. See what he does. Like I said, we've got the 2 tap lands, so the Looming Spires and the Sandstone Bridge to help pump up creatures to deal damage faster. Just wondering what he's got. If he languishes, I'm still okay with that. Okay, so he's played a Fleshbag Marauder. Don't really care too much for that. So I'm just going to sacrifice my token. Why did you sacrifice the flying creature? The creature that I don't really care about. Okay, so what are we going to do here? So I'm thinking Sandstone Bridge, my McKinley Patrol. Reason being is that basically he can trade quite nicely with the Fleshbag Marauder. So I'm going to give him the Looming Spires. Actually, I could give Looming Spires to... Actually, saying that, they're all going to have First Strike, so I don't actually care right now. I just realised, because of the rally ability, I can actually trade with both of these, which is kind of nice. Because of the First Strike rally ability, I'm like, oh, which one do I use to help trade? And it's like, well, both of them work. So basically, I just want to choose which one I want to +1, really. I suppose it doesn't really matter too much. Just because basically both of these give like the 2 abilities that the Looming Spires give. It's like, at the moment, it's more which creature do I use to which creature do I pump up, and it was kind of like, it doesn't really matter because either of them are going to trade quite nicely with the Fleshbag Marauder, and he decided not to block. Okay, interesting. Because I would just quite happily block with either one of these Cliffside Lookouts or with the Knight ally, depending on what he does here. And he's been replaced by the AI because he may have had some way of removing the Knight ally, but no way of removing like that and the Cliffside Lookout trade with the Fleshbag Marauder. So yeah, this was a pretty ideal start for us here. You know, grabbing Gideon fairly early on is pretty fantastic. It was either like this or what's what I'm looking for, Munda would have been pretty good. So he's going to block with the token. He's obviously going to try and deal with Gideon, but we have ways of dealing with that. And he's played a Mist Intruder, so that's nice for him. So it looks like it's some kind of maybe like Eldrazi control, what I tried to do with like the blue and the black and involve the Eldrazi's in that. But, oh, very nice Lantern Scout. Although, what I think I might do is, let's first of all trigger Gideon. trigger all of the ally abilities. And then what I might do is +1 +1 everything using the Cliffside Lookout. That's what I'm looking for. And we just swing with everything here. So that doesn't quite give us lethal, but he'll probably still block, I suspect. Yeah, he's going to block the McKinley Patrol. So with the first strike from the Core Blade, well, you know, we're in a pretty good position here. I'll save the Looming Spires in case we get, for example, my enchantment, which allows me to trigger the landfall. Okay, so he's played Fleshbag Marauder again. Again, I've got tokens, so I just sacrifice a token. So yeah, this has gone pretty well for a first game, I'm going to be honest. Okay, so we'll trigger Gideon. Don't even need the Lantern Scouts right now. Don't even need the lifelink. We've just got basically everything that we need to do. We'll trigger the Cliffside Lookout to give everything +1/+1. And that should be lethal. So we're just going to swing with everything. Man, these two were just working in tandem this entire game. And then the Gideon was just an absolute bonus in my opinion. So there we go. That's a win for game number 1. I'll see you in a sec for game number 2, guys. Okay guys, here we are for game number 2. We're playing the rank 30, was it like John Troco? I'll confirm that in a second. As much as I'd like to keep this hand, I will be drawing a new one. That is really quite sucky. If we had a white mana, this would be like the perfect hand, but we're going to have to keep this one though. We've got Gideon, we've got 2 white sources, so actually this isn't too bad. I mean, we might have to play out like Sandstone Bridge and Looming Spires like at the beginning of the game, but we'll play out the Cliffside Retreat first and then see if we get a fast land, maybe. So we've got the Fire Mantle Mage, we've got the McKinley Patrol, and we've got the Gideon, so providing we can find a 4th mana, we should be okay. Yeah, we're playing Tron Joko. Something good. We found a Core Entanglers, which is not that useful, so we're just going to have to play out the tap lands here. And then, yeah, we'll be pretty slow here, unfortunately. But, you know, I couldn't really keep the previous 2 hands because of the lack of white in them, which is kind of annoying. Which is kind of what you get when you play only 22 mana in the deck. But, okay, so we've got green, blue, black, and we've got a Thornbow Archer involved. Come on, fast land, fast land. Hey, oh, no, that's not fast land, unfortunately. But it is another tap land, so we can potentially play some like Fire Mantle Mage or McKinley Patrol next turn. And then we'll be getting Gideon down the turn after that. I think will probably be the plan here. So he's going to play out the 1/2. So potentially you want to play out like McKinley Patrol just because it's got a slightly higher survivability than the Fire Mantle Mage. So we take 2 damage there and he plays out Gatecreeper Vine. Okay, that's fine. So he's going to get his 3rd mana there, so I'm assuming he was probably mana screwed before that. So if he plays that Green Forest out, I'm assuming that he probably made do with just 2 mana to start off with, which is kind of ballsy, I'll give him that. So we'll play out the McKinley Patrol here. And I've actually found Munda as well, which is fantastic. So we're in a really good place right now. We've got all 4 mana that we need. Doesn't really matter what I do here. I need to play that 4th mana to either play Munda or play Gideon. So providing he doesn't have a Monvuli Acid Moss coming down this turn, I'm feeling fairly confident that we've got all the tools we need to be successful here. So Hinterland Harbour is an untapped land because it's basically the same as my Clifftop Retreat. So I'm assuming that he might have Monvuli Acid Moss. No, he does not. He does, however, have Dwynen, so that's kind of terrifying. So is he going to swing? He is going to swing, which means he pushes through 1 damage, and I can just block the other point of damage. I can block the 2 damage coming through, so he pushes through 1 damage. Okay, so what do we go for here? Do we go for... Unified Front isn't that useful. Munda is a potential play as it will block Dwynen. We could potentially double block the Dwynen with the McKinley Patrol and the... Or do we play Gideon? Nah, Gideon doesn't really work because it's just going to get eaten by incoming attackers, so I'd rather play out something like Munda. Stays open to potentially block the Dwynen. So we didn't find any allies on our top 4 cards there, which is perfectly fine by me. Skip attack for now. Yeah, we're just going to like slowly build up our ally base, so we'll probably play like Fire Mantle Mage as well. And then we've then got Gideon to come down at some point. So yeah, the only thing that really terrifies me here is the Dwynen. Oh, that's a big old bag of sadness. The Gilt Leaf Winnower. So why the hell does he splash blue into an elf deck? This is bizarre. Okay, so he swung with both of these. So again, I'll probably just block the 2-3. Yeah, that's really annoying, that Gilt Leaf Winnower. And I think this is going to be very, very tough for us to come back from now. Just because, you know, he's got a really good like board advantage. Looming Spires doesn't really help. I mean, we could play Gideon, but it's just going to get eaten next turn. So maybe Unified Front to provide us a couple of blockers. It's not really. I'm kind of just thinking this is probably like game over already, just because you know we can't really come back from this. We've fallen too far behind already. So maybe play out Looming Spires. Why not? So yeah, we could. I mean, Core Entanglers could help us potentially, as we could like tap down some of his creatures. But at the moment, you know, I'm not feeling particularly confident here, just because he's got the Gilt Leaf Winnower. I can't see why he would play blue here. I'm going to be honest. Yeah, this is an elf deck, but he's splashed blue in, and I can't actually see why. All he's played is like green and black creatures so far. So I could kill potentially Dwynen if I really wanted to. Let's kill you though, Daisy. No, we only need one of them, so you can block the 5/4 for now instead. Oh, has he got that one's got Menace? Of course it has, so I'll just block you instead. See what happens. So we kill the Thornbow Archer, so that's at least one less creature coming our way. Got another something to put down, so I can tap down like the 2/2 with the Core Entanglers potentially. There we go. That gets Vigilance, so I may as well swing with it because he potentially would block with the... So push through 2 damage, why the hell not? So yeah, he's just going to block with the 0/2. Don't know why he would even bother because he's on 25 health right now, but hey ho. Just want to see what he does next. Okay, so he's played another Gilt Leaf Winnower, so I think this is probably game over at this point. As I don't think we can block. We can't block that one, for example, because we've only got one blocker, and yeah, but this is game over, so that's annoying. Let's move on to game number 3, guys. Okay, guys, here we are for game number 3, and we're playing the rank 19 Nurgin, or something like that. Not really sure how to pronounce that. I'm going to keep this hand, it's not too bad. Would be nice if it was slightly more aggressive, but you never know, we could draw into something a bit nicer coming up. Something good? Nope. Valor in Arms is for much later on when we will be playing like an ally every turn thanks to like Munda. So we're looking for that 4th mana fairly soon. Okay, looks like we're playing red deck wins here, so keeping this hand is now looking like a little bit of a mistake, as we're going to be aggroed down before we can do any aggroing ourselves. Something good. Core Bladewell is actually fantastic here, unless he's got a burn spell, in which case, oh dear. Yeah, if he's got like a what's it called? The 1 mana like red burn spell that does 2 damage, I could be in a bit of trouble, but he would have played it by now, I suspect, if he did have it. Okay, so he's got Subterranean Scout. That will be unblockable this turn. So we will have Fire Mantle Mage ourselves to start pushing through damage. So that's going to be able to swing for 2. We have a Fire Mantle Mage, which allows us to... And what's he got? Titan Strength as well. Wow, that really is aggressive. So he's pushing through 4 damage straight off the bat. That really is aggressive. Like, I mean, that is totally aggressive and probably completely unnecessary. So we need a 4th mana, really, to get Munda. We haven't found it yet. I am going to go for McKinley Patrol this turn, I think, just because it's going to give this one Vigilance. And will give all my creatures Vigilance in future, so I like the idea of that. So we can then swing with the Core Bladewell, which has First Strike and Vigilance. Very nice. Yeah, next turn, the 4th mana would be ideal, as we can start playing Chasm Guides, Munda, Valor and Akros, all of that fun stuff. So push through 2 damage there. So we could potentially kill the Goblin Glory Chaser here. Call of the Full Moon. So that's going to be a 5/4. So I almost want to just sacrifice my 2 creatures just to kill that. If I'm going to be honest. Like double block. I mean, it's throwing them away, but it would set him back like really far, I think. Or do I let the 5 damage go through this turn? That is the question. Is he going to swing? Knowing that I can kill it. He is going to swing, okay. But does he have another Titan Strength? I think we're going to skip blocking this time. So we'll go down to 11, but we do have the Fire Mantle Mage, and he's also got Inferno Fist. Okay, interesting. But that doesn't really bother me too much. So, haha, idiot. He's just had to sacrifice his own Call of the Full Moon there. So I feel completely justified by not blocking that. I didn't realise he was going to play out a second spell and actually trigger the drop-off effect, which is kind of silly of him. We're still waiting for that 4th mana, but we do have a Makindi Patrol to come down, so I feel totally justified with swinging with these 2. And he can't actually block as well, so it's kind of hilarious. So push through 4 damage, and then I am actually quite happy in blocking the 4/1 with my Makindi Patrol. I'm going to be honest, as we have a second Makindi Patrol to come down. So he's going to ping off maybe the Fire Mantle Mage? Well, he obviously can't do it to the Makindi Patrol. It's fine. So I can actually potentially kill the Goblin Glory Chaser this turn. Unless he's got another enchantment to put on it. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. So he's going to swing with the 2/2. He is going to swing with the 2/2. And do I sacrifice the Core Bladewell to kill that one? I think I do. I'm going to be honest. Yeah, because obviously the Core Bladewell is going to die first, which I don't really care too much about. First strike's nice, but it's not that important. What's more important is actually killing that Goblin Glory Chaser and stalling his aggression. And he's done nothing after that. Okay. Cool. So we still haven't found the 4th mana, which is kind of to be expected in a deck with only 22, but would have been nice to have found it by now. We do have the Unified Front for later on. So we're just going to swing with 2/3. Yeah, we need that 4th mana. I mean, the red deck wins has got more mana than us, which is kind of deeply unsatisfying. And he's done nothing, so we've got a good hand, providing we find that 4th mana within the next turn or 2. Because once we can get down Munda, we're pretty much sorted, and maybe like a Valor Akros. So I'm almost tempted to, before I start playing out my allies, is to actually deploy the Valor Akros once we get that 4th mana. So he's done nothing here. He's up to 5 mana as well. And he's got a Ravaging Blaze, so he gets to kill one of my Makindi Patrols. So that's kind of that's desperation, that is. He has to try and stall me out now because he knows that I've got the advantage. 4th mana, come on. Nope, that's Fire Mantle Mage. It kind of works for me. As this is unblockable for the turn, so we really need that 4th mana though. We're sat on like 5 cards, all at 4 mana, and we can't actually play them. So kind of makes me a little bit sad, but yeah, it's annoying, but we're not losing, which is the main thing. If we were stuck on 3 mana and we were like down at 2 health with like 4 creatures on the board, I'd be massively complaining. But you know, we're in a good place. We're still winning, got the better board advantage. Okay, he's got a second Ravaging Blaze, so going to take out one of my other creatures, and he will actually push through 4 damage this turn as well, so we will go down to 7. Yeah, I need kind of... So he's going to swing with the 2/1. Now, do I block this? Yes, I do, I think. So, once we get 4 mana down, like Munda would be fine. Come on, 4th mana. We need it now. We need it now. We need you now. Nope. Of course not. We are stuck on 3 mana. We are mana screwed, completely and utterly. And he's drawing mana, and I'm not drawing mana. Come on, mana. Come on, be over now. We need you now. Oh, come off it. Well, it's called Blade Roll, which isn't too bad, but still. I don't think I've drawn a mana the entire game, and I'm kind of like, what, 6 or 7 cards deep into the deck, something like that, and I still haven't found a 4th mana? That's crazy. And all he's doing is finding mana. It's like the complete opposite. I've got a handful of cards I can't play, and all he's getting is the mana. Oh, here we go. We finally got there, guys. We finally got there. Took us a little while, but we're well underway now. Yeah, we'll put Reckless Cohort on top. Why not? That was like the next 4 cards down with 3 mana and a Reckless Cohort. That's crazy. Yeah, I'm tempted to play Valor in Acros this turn, although I suppose it doesn't really matter. We want to just kind of keep being aggressive here. So probably like Chasm Guide would be a good shout next. Don't really need this as we're playing red deck wins, and unless you get something absolutely fantastic here, we should be okay. Abbot of Kerrol Keep is okay unless he gets a good exile card. Laugh if it was a mana, I'm going to be honest. No, it's an act of treason, so... Are we dead? No, we're not dead, because he can play that Nick the 3/4. So we'll go down to 4, which is fine. At least it wasn't the one which kind of did 5 damage, in which case I'd probably be a little bit terrified, but... So we get that back. Now let me add this up here. So let me think about this. So we have 5 damage on the board. This would make another 3, and he can only... Yeah, I think this basically means we win, because, yeah, Chasm Guide means we win, because that causes it to get haste, because that's its rally effect. Yeah, why not? We'll look for something. We'll put Hero of Goma Fade on top, as we don't have that one in hand, and he's been replaced by the AI. But that's basically that Chasm Guide equal win, because it gives us at least 5 unblockable damage. Plus these all have first strike as well, which is kind of crazy. And then, yeah, so he blocks one of the 3 damage ones, but not the other one. Okay, so this has been a fairly successful episode. I mean, game number 2 was mostly down to the draw mechanic, where we just didn't draw a good hand. This one I quite enjoyed, just because it basically meant that I managed to outlast... Oh, Questing Hero. What was that one? I like completed like so many daily quests. Let me have a quick look. Oh, you can't actually see it, guys. You can only see the game on screen. I'm actually having a quick look up and down here. Questing Hero. Yeah, I completed 100 daily quests. Don't know which achievements I haven't got yet. I haven't won 500 solo battles or 500 versus battles, and I've only just completed 100 daily quests as well. So I've got a way to go before I complete 500 daily quests, but whatever. But yeah, so this is going to be the end of the episode for now. So as always, guys, don't forget to comment and like if you enjoyed the episode, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.